Bitcoin Cash shirt. So what you were saying was wrong. Would you like to zoom in? Can you see that there?
Well, I'll pull you up, but I'll post it on Twitter. Or I'll show you that it was expensive. The Bitcoin Cash transactions were more expensive.
The median transaction fee has never been more expensive on Bitcoin Cash than on Bitcoin Core ever.
In Satoshis?
In Satoshis per byte.
Never.
Never. And if we and here's the real problem. So this is why people like me, that have been some of the biggest proponents of the adoption of cryptocurrency anywhere in the world, gave up on Bitcoin Core, because in December, when the average fee was over $50 per transaction, it was no longer usable as a cryptocurrency. And if it wasn't usable as a cryptocurrency, it wasn't even Bitcoin at that point, as defined in the very title of the Bitcoin white paper.
Well, let me ask you this point.
Why are you at a Bitcoin Cash meetup though, too? Don't you have Bitcoin Core at this point?
What do you mean by Bitcoin Core? What do you mean by Bitcoin Core the coin or Bitcoin Core the software?
Take your pick, BTC, right? You have the coin using the ticker symbol BTC today. This is a BCH meetup. Why are you here?
The ticker BTC, it's called Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Core.
It's called Bitcoin Core, as listed right on Bitcoin.com, which is a website with way more traffic than Bitcoin.org.
Bitcoin.com is a Bitcoin
So I'll explain it to you. In August 1st of last year, Bitcoin, the one single Bitcoin with the ticker BTC, split into two versions of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Core, which is not a digital currency, and Bitcoin Cash, which is a digital currency, and is Bitcoin as defined in the original Bitcoin white paper, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So once again, I've answered your questions very directly. Why are you at a Bitcoin Cash meetup tonight? You're obviously not a Bitcoin Cash fan.
I want to present my arguments.
And what do you think? Okay, that's fine. So, and what do you think about the fact that my arguments are not allowed to be heard, or any Bitcoin Cash fans' arguments are not allowed to be heard on our Bitcoin, Bitcoin.org? I've been to your meetups, and I'll gladly go in the future, absolutely.
Oh, okay. And we have a meetup this Sunday. Would you like to?
I actually leave on Saturday morning, but I can schedule it, and I'll come back to Korea again another time soon. I would love to. How many people show up at your meetups now?
Currently, there's a bear market, so a little bit less.
10, 20, 5?
About 30-ish.
About 30? So tonight we have about 130-ish at the Bitcoin Cash meetup. How does that make you feel?
I would say that because we only present in English, that our audience is smaller in Korea. So we're working on that. I will be leading the Korean presentation. So if anybody wants to come that's in Korea, you're very welcome to.
So I have another question for you. When was the last time you made a payment using Bitcoin?
Well, when's the last time... Wait.
Can you answer my question? I answer your questions very directly when you ask me them. When was the last time you made a Bitcoin payment?
Well, the last time.
Today, yesterday, last week, last month?
Well, I use it as a store of value.
Okay. So when was the last time you made a Bitcoin transaction?
It was back in March.
In March, so like 3 months ago now?
Well, let me ask you this point. What do you say about the BitMEX research that said there are tons of more people holding Bitcoin Cash for speculative reasons than actually using Bitcoin Cash as what you mentioned, cash?
And I'm one of those people. And the reason why I'm holding most of my net worth in Bitcoin Cash is because I can spend it anywhere. Just like people use the dollar or the euro or the Korean won as savings, is because they can spend it anywhere. And Bitcoin Core has destroyed its ability to be spent anywhere. And that's why less people are using it as a store of value than otherwise would have been.
Well, what say you to the research that said Bitcoin Cash has a lot more speculative value, or a lot more people are holding it in for speculative reasons than they're actually using for cash? And
that's an incredibly bullish thing for Bitcoin Cash. So I have a bunch of Bitcoin Cash. 99% of it I'm just holding, and then 1% I use for transactions.
The percentage of people that's using Bitcoin for transactions is higher than Bitcoin Cash.
That means Bitcoin Cash is better money, right?
That's
very
ironic.
No. And I'll explain it to you, because I'm guessing you don't have a background in economics. Is that correct?
I am an economics major.
Tell me some economics books that you've read.
Which one would you like to hear?
How about John Maynard Keynes' General Theory of Money and Credit? Have you read that?
Yes.
Promise?
Yes.
Because you were lying about some other things earlier.
I am an economics major.
Tell me about the book. I've read it from cover to cover when I was probably about your age. Yes. I'm guessing in your early 20s. Is that right? Or
yes.
Tell me about the book.
Is this another test?
It is. I've read it cover to cover. And if you don't want to tell me about the book, I'll tell you about it. It's been maybe 18 years since I read it, but I still remember very clearly the general theme of it. Why don't you tell me about it? If you've read it cover to cover, you would remember.
Well, you read it cover to cover, so would you tell me about it?
You really don't? I'm guessing you haven't read it, is my honest opinion here.
I have read it. It was
you don't remember?
Currently, I'm more busy with Bitcoin, so
Okay. So you don't remember what was in the book, basically, and that's why you can't tell me?
I know the general aspects of it, but I can't say I know cover to cover.
Okay. And so let's.
I don't know word for word.
Have you read any books from the Austrian School of Economics?
I have not.
Not a single one.
Nope.
No Murray Rothbard, no von Mises, no. How about Adam Smith, the General of the Wealth of Nations?
Everyone knows Adam Smith.
Have you read it?
I have not read it.
I've read it.